What up, everyone? Nery Rodriguez here. No, I ain't dead, but I am rocking with a new click for the 2024 high school football season here in New Jersey, and I'm happy to be linking up with NJ Athletics to bring you guys this show/segment. Can you believe the high school football season's already here? The offseason was definitely one to remember. A lot of players and coaches moving around. Just recently caught up with my guy, Rennick Dorless. Known him since his freshman year at Union. He just transferred over to Don Bosco. So we'll see what he does up in the Big North. You can catch that interview on the NJ Athletics YouTube. But enough shameless self-promotion. We got Week 0 football to talk about. IMG Academy making the trip from the Sunshine State up here to NJ to take on the undisputed number 1 ranked team, Bergen Catholic. Before we jump into that, though, we do have a couple interviews for you. Toms River North offensive lineman Jaelyne Matthews stops by to talk about his recent commitment to Rutgers. And the one and only Timmy Breaker Jr. joins us. Yes, the Glassboro High School head coach. Shout out to the Bulldogs. I'm a Rowan alum, so always got love for the Borough. But let's see what's up with these guys. All right, our next guest is one of the top linemen in the state of New Jersey. He's a two-time state champion, and he just announced his commitment to Rutgers. Welcome in, Jaelyne Matthews. What's going on, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Can you believe we're already getting ready for another high school football season?
Yes, sir. I'm excited for sure.
For sure, man. Senior year. Tell me, what's the nerves, what's the vibes, and what's the mindset kind of been going into training camp?
Definitely go win another one. We're in Tom's North. It's a whole new team than we were last year. Definitely missing out on Micah Ford, Tariq Council, Jeremiah Pruitt, Justin K. Some key players for sure. We're building on being leaders for sure, and working to be the best team in public school in the state again. Definitely.
Yeah, now before we jump into our little kind of season preview here, obviously congratulations on your commitment to Rutgers. You had a lot of big names to choose from. Arkansas. I just had a couple more here. Baylor, Cincinnati. Tell me what went into the decision to pick Rutgers and stay home.
Definitely the relationship I have with Coach Shiana. He's a family man. We've had great talks, and after the last talk we had, I felt as though that was the place I was going to be and the place I was going to be able to stay. And definitely a big part of the factor of Coach Susan recruiting me since the 8th grade. He's definitely also a family man. He's a father figure in a lot of the kids I committed to life, and I want to bring not a state championship, a national championship to New Jersey and keep New Jerseyans happy and keep the stadium packed like it was in 2002.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, people, and it's crazy because people who don't live here don't even understand if every single kid stayed in New Jersey to play for Rutgers. I mean, that's a national title contender. What can you just say
Yes,
about
sir.
the talent in the state, not only from what you've seen at Toms River North, but just kind of seeing all the other teams in the state?
Definitely just the town. Also, the town we have at Thompson North, like you said, it's crazy, especially being a public school. We're one of the biggest public schools in the state of New Jersey, but we only have almost 100 kids on our roster. But it's not easy playing football, so the 100 kids are the toughest kids in that school for sure. Our running back Mordecai Ford. Um, he's one of the top track kids in the country. He broke the record for USA's time, along with Amani Dewara, Cameron Thomas, a wide receiver, TJ Valerio. He's a hard mouth quarterback that we have. He's stepping up definitely. He's taking charge of the O line and the team for sure. But definitely a lot of the talent we have at Rutgers that a lot of kids committed. DJ McClary, a top kid in the country, not even just the state, but as a linebacker. He can hit hard. He can read the plays as soon as before the play even develops. Michael Thomas, I played against him. He's a great kid. He's a great player. His route running, he's amazing at track. Justin, Jaden, Elijah as well. We have two bookend offensive tackles, me and Jaden. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get past. I know no one's going to get past us. No sacks would definitely be allowed up over there at Rutgers. The quarterback that's there right now and the quarterbacks that are coming, they're definitely going to be protected. Jaden at high school level right now, he's an athletic kid. He plays basketball. He's the top kid in the country for basketball as well. He's definitely going to be a leader on the field for Rutgers for sure, and he's definitely going to get out there early. But a lot of the kids that we've got, kids from Florida, kids from Georgia, we're a lot of leaders. We still talk every single day. We plan where we're going to go see games together, but I'm excited to see what we have out there.
Yeah, no, and listen, it's going to be, even Rutgers basketball. I feel like these next few years are going to be very interesting up in Piscataway.
For sure.
So yeah, you're going to be part of something special, man.
For sure.
So yeah, we're we're gearing up for another season here. Obviously, 2023 in the past, you guys, Toms River North Mariners, shout out to you guys, back-to-back Group 5 state champions. For those what would you say, just kind of in retrospect, what do you think was the hardest part and the key that helped you guys go back to back?
I would say it's just the training. Not people might say like the training we put in or the practice we put in, but definitely being a group. You can't really win a state championship if your team's not combined or your team's not doesn't have aren't put together or mushed together. I would say our group was brothers, even hanging out with each other every single day. We would hate it practicing from 1:35 till 9 o'clock at night. But Coach Oz, there was definitely a reason for it, and we definitely got closer. So I would say the closeness that our team has and the brotherhood that our team has, and trusting one another. Because if you have to compensate for the guy next to you, then you can't do your job fully. But if everyone's doing their job fully, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about not being able to do someone else's job. And definitely that was it. It was definitely trusting each other and the closeness of our team.
Yeah, and obviously it's going to be different. You got a couple key guys that left. One in particular, Micah Ford, probably one of the best players we've seen, and I can't tell you how long. He's definitely up there for what he did. Tell me, what's just kind of been the vibe like in training camp so far with this group, and not having someone like Micah there, and you're also stepping into a very prominent leadership role as a senior.
The Micah Ford thing, we hear that a lot, and it's the Micah Ford this, the Micah Ford that, the Micah show. But now that he's in college, it's not like our feelings aren't on Micah anymore. Congrats to him and everything he's going to do in college and all the way and all his other accolades he's going to get over there. But right now it's Toms River North and it's just Toms River North right now. We've got a lot of hidden secrets that we're going to pull out. We've got a lot of guys that are stepping up to that role, that want that role, that the spotlight, that we don't even want the spotlight to just be on one of us. We want it to be on all of us. None of us are really care about, Jaelyne Matthews, TJ Valerio, Mordecai Ford. We want it to be the Toms River North football team. Even though with social media, someone's going to rise as that. But our eyes really isn't on that. Our eyes is on the bigger picture. Going to go play at Rutgers for the last time together and go win a state championship.
For sure. What is something we can expect from you in 2024, and what are you looking forward to most about your senior year?
Something you can expect from me in 2024 is definitely being more of a leader on the field. Getting less penalties and getting less screamed at by Coach Oz about being too aggressive or holding flags, but definitely more fundamentally sound on the football field. Lower blocking, better pass blocking. Just a better player throughout myself. And what I'm most excited about 2024 season is playing the last time at Toms River North and Rutgers with my friends and my brothers that I played with since 8th grade and since freshman year. I'm excited to see what we can possibly do and shock New Jersey and shock the state and the country one time again for sure.
Yeah, and you open up with an out-of-state opponent. I'm looking at your schedule right here. You had 2 losses last year. No Red Bank Catholic rematch, but tell me that your last regular season game, you're going up against Donovan. Obviously, you guys drop a tough one to them. tell me, you guys have the one circled on the schedule?
Right now we're just playing game by game. You know, Donovan's definitely a powerhouse football team. They have some great players. You know, James Allridge, Kai Pritchard. Kai Pritchard, one of the top players in the country. Definitely someone who needs to come to Rutgers for sure. But you know, they have Michael Thomas, like I said. You know, they're definitely a top team that can put up some points, and we can put up some points too. But right now we're playing game by game. Like we have Downingtown this upcoming week, and we're game planning for them. Donovan Catholic will come when they come, but I can assure you that when we play them, we're gonna get our get back for sure.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out, Jaelyne. Do you have any parting words and anything that the rest of the state should know about the Mariners in 2024?
We're coming back for what we deserve. We're coming back for what we've earned during this off season. You know, we're something without Micah, and we're gonna prove it this year.
Awesome. Take care, brother. Best of luck this week and have a good season.
I'll see you. I appreciate it.
All right. Our next guest is the head coach for Glassboro. He's an alumni of Glassboro and a proud Delaware Blue Hen, and he's never met a camera he didn't like. Coach Timmy Breaker, welcome to the show.
Hey, appreciate you having me. Super excited. Super excited.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Always glad to have a Bulldog on here. Can you believe we're getting ready for another season of high school football here in New Jersey?
Oh man, it feels like it went fast. It went super fast actually. And then the summer's actually going even quicker.
Yeah, for sure, man. I feel like I just saw you at the Phil Simms All-Star game. Uh, how's your summer been, man, before we start getting into football?
Oh man, it's been great. The actually the weather has been probably the best off-season weather we've ever had.
For real.
Um, but the summer, I mean the kids are working hard. Uh, Everything's being installed. You know, we're staying healthy as possible. So I mean, it's been a blast.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Um, so like I said in the intro, you're not only the head coach of Glassboro, you're also an alumni. Year one goes pretty well for you. You're 9-4, and you finish Central Group 1 champs. Let's talk about year one a little bit now that it's kind of in the rear view. Let's just,
Yeah.
now that we're getting ready for year two, just let's reflect on your first year as head coach there.
Oh man, it was a special year. Special year. Taking over was I think I ended up getting a job sometime in May. So it was a short time to learn a bunch. But for us to come out 9-4 and win our first sectional and regional and obviously and I think the first sectional in 10 years, first regional ever. I mean, that year was special. We had a kid, Brandon Simmons, get what? Defensive player of the year. You guys ranked Xavier as freshman of the year, and I ended up getting coach of the year. So I couldn't have asked for a better first year at the helm. It was a special year, special year.
That's awesome, man. And it's always great to see guys go back to their alma maters. The standard there is very high. For those who don't know, I've talked to you about this. I went to Rowan University. Shout out to the profs. So I've walked by that high school plenty of times. Just talk about the kind of the culture there and what it means to be a Glassboro Bulldog.
Oh man, this goes all the way back to the times before us. It's a small knit town. Everyone knows everyone. So when we were kids, we went to watch the older guys as we played midget football. We used to get done our football games and go watch the high school football games. So you couldn't wait to put on a Glassboro jersey and wear that Glassboro G, right? It's been a it's been a very like big thing since we were kids. So I mean the town is back together. I mean everyone comes out for the games. A lot of alumni show up for the games now and they're excited. So I mean playing for Glassboro is like it's one of the biggest things in South Jersey. And that's how we feel about it. That's how we've always felt about it. And the kids now they feel the same.
That's great, man. That's great. So like I said, we just talked about your second year, but I mean your first year, you're entering year two. So I'm sure you're tired of answering questions about year one. But what did you learn and what's kind of been your mindset and approach to this season?
The one thing I've learned, I tell everyone this, but the one thing I've learned is patience. Honestly, patience. Patience with the process, patience with the kids, patience with it coming together as a whole. You want everything to look, you know, the best or the way you see it going deeper into the season at the beginning of the season, but that's just kind of not how it goes. And just understand that the game is like ebbs and flows, ups and downs, ups and downs, and just being able to manage those things. But I think just the patience of everything coming together. You kind of want to rush it when you're in your first year. You want everything to be perfect in a sense, but nothing's really perfect. So, I mean, the one thing I would say is just patience. With a new staff, we had new coordinators. Obviously, we had some new kids. We had a very young team, so I think we had probably 5 or 6 starters that were freshmen, and the rest were sophomores with a couple juniors and seniors. So, I mean, patience with it just coming together.
Now, in your first year as head coach, did you kind of ever think back to when you were a player and you gave your coach a hard time? I don't know if you did or not, but did you kind of did it kind of come full circle for you at times?
Oh, absolutely. I see my kids do things now, and our kids are, they're very mature kids, and I see our kids do stuff now, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder what it was like when Coach coached us. So, he came out to a couple games, and I was like, I would tell him all the time, like, Coach, if I had hair, it would be gray. Like just thinking back to even practicing on the same practice field, playing on the same game field, working out in the summertime. Um, some days we were hitting, we weren't supposed to be. He wanted us to obviously stay healthy, kind of like my kids are now. And right now, I'm like, we do a great job in the classroom, so that's kind of a breath of fresh air. But for him, he used to have to like make sure guys are doing this, make sure guys are doing that. Like you don't know as a head coach, like when you're the assistant, you get like a pinch of what it's like, but then like just the paperwork and all that stuff, and then managing the kids and managing the coaches and just making sure everyone's on the same page, even like the administration and just getting ready for games and the game plan and the breakdown and all that stuff. Like you think back to how much work he really put in, or they really put in, and then you become in that spot, and then it's a full circle thing. So I see my kids do things now, and I'm like, damn, now I understand what Coach meant.
That's awesome, man. Um, so you're looking to be one of the favorites down there again, and it is a team game, but you got one particular player that's sticking out. I'm sure you're getting calls, emails, text, comments, DMs, all that. Amari Saab, tell me, um, for those who don't know, just your personal experience getting to coach Amari Saab.
Amari is an electric person, right? Outside of the player, Amari is one of those kids that he smiles all the time. Like there's never a day he's having a bad day. He comes to work, and just honestly, he's having a blast out there. Um, he's one of the leaders of our team. But all in all, he puts in the work every day, like every day. He's a vocal leader, but he's also like a big dancer. He's like it's like a party for him every day, right? Just being able to get him to football and being able to be a coach that you could just kind of toss a kid to football and watch him do his thing. Um, he kind of takes a lot off of me, right? He takes a lot off of us as a coaching staff as well. Just being able to have an electric player like that, but also a dynamic leader in the way he approaches the game and the way he approaches life. So I mean, coaching him has been a blast. Um, and just being able to see him grow as a ball player, not not only just like, I mean, not only just as a ball player, but as a human and a young man has been special.
That's great. And, shout out to him. We're expecting big things from him again. He's got a couple big offers there. I think he saw, Bama, Kentucky, Michigan, Georgia, BC. So God bless him. We're hoping you guys have another great year. Um, so let's talk about training camp so far. What's the vibe been like? And we mentioned Amari. Who are some of the other Glassboro Bulldogs we should be on the watch for this season?
You got Brandon Simmons. Brandon Simmons, he had 100 tackles last year, 13 sacks. For him, he set his own goal. He wants to be at 20. And I actually see it happening because he works that hard to do his job to the best of his ability. A senior, Kenny Smith transferred over, and he's a great student. But on the football field, he's one of those guys that he just makes coach right. Like we'll run a play and it'll be one or two guys that might slip and not get blocked, and you look up and there he is just off in the wind. Like he's a special kid, a special talent. He runs hard, he's physical. You got Jace Grays, he's a 3-year starter at center. He's a vocal kid, vocal guy that, he kind of runs the offensive line in cohesion with myself. And then, you got big time Xavier Sad. Um, Xavier is one of the best football players in the country, not only in the class of 2027. I think they ranked him at 11, but if you put all the classes together and you put him out there with them, anytime he touches the football, it could go to distance. But not only it could go to distance, he plays free safety for us. He's a 10-6, 10-5 kid on the track. He's one of the strongest kids I've seen. And another special talent, about 6'1", probably has a 42-inch vertical. Anytime he touches the football, if not a big gain, it's going to go to distance. And the vibe of training camp this year has kind of been our motto forever. Um, Smart, fast, and physical. We are a physical team. Training camp has been physical. We hit every day. And the kids they love it. They love the physicality of it. Last year, I think we might have had, if I'm not mistaken, 6 shutouts, maybe 5. Um, so we pride ourselves on being physical. We have a very physical team. And this year, it's a lot of guys they have the experience now, and now they just want to close the deal. Um, so training camp has been a blast. They come to work. Sometimes we'll play music, and the energy at practice is unmatched. It's just unmatched. And I think, during the year, it'll carry over to the season.
Nice, nice. Now I see you're opening up in foreign. Well, you're opening up against foreign opponent, St. Francis of Maryland. How'd you pull that one off, and what went into making that your first game of the year?
He actually ended up reaching out. We placed it everywhere that we were looking for at week 0. We didn't have anyone from New Jersey reach out. So, and I reached out to a bunch of teams just to see if we could get like just a friendly week 0 game. So he ended up reaching out like 2 months ago, and we just sketched in the deal probably about a month ago. They're a pretty good program. Um, Obviously, we know everything about St. Francis, Baltimore, and I wanted the kids to kind of play a team from out of state. I think the last time we did that was 2000, either 99 or 2000. That's the last time we played a team out of state, and it actually was a team from Maryland.
Hmm.
But we traveled to Maryland, and being able to do it now, the experience for the kids is it's a great experience. And it'll be a hard fought, great game. Like it'll be a hard fought, great game. They got some big time talented football players over there. And obviously we do too. God willingly, we stay healthy. And it'll be an explosive matchup.
Can't wait for it. So, just looking at your schedule here, let me see. I believe I can pull it up. Um, where are we? All right. So, tell me which one of these games you think you're looking forward to the most.
Honestly, all of them, right? The kids are the same way. All of them. We would, I think we opened the season at Heights. We used to scrimmage each other, a long time ago. But we're looking forward to all of them, 1 week at a time. Um, Anywhere, anytime, any place. We don't really pinpoint anyone on the schedule, but they at some point they'll all have to see us. So I mean, every single one of them.
What do
Yeah,
people
we're
need
excited
to
about it.
I'm excited for you. Lastly, before I let you get out of here, what do people need to know about the Bulldogs in 2024, and do you have any parting words?
Uh, just expect an electric team, a physical team, and kids who love the game of football. That's what you're gonna see. All year. It won't be any different, and you'll see a brotherhood. A lot of these kids have grown up together since they were 5. They've been playing together since the start of football. So you'll expect to see a very high flying offense, an electric offense, some big time ball players that make some big time plays, and just the brotherhood. I mean, Glassboro is just family in a whole, in a nutshell. And just my motto to leave everyone with is: if you stay ready, you'll never have to get ready.
I love that. I love that. It's one of my personal favorite quotes used every single day. The one, the only Coach Timmy Breaker. Thank you so much for stopping by, and good luck this week.
Hey, I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys during the year. Good luck as well. You guys do a hell of a
Appreciate
job
that.
with the platform, and you guys are like family to us. So good luck this year, and keep doing what you guys are doing.
Appreciate that. Can't wait till our paths cross again.
Absolutely, brother.
All right, take care.
You too.
Man, it's always a good feeling when you jump out to something new and people still supporting you. Shout out to both of those guys stopping by. We have so much more we're going to get into this season. I look forward to bringing you guys more interviews and things like that. Listen, the web interviews are nice, but it's week 0. Football is back in the Garden State. I'm sure a lot of you heading down to battle at the beach. And how could you not? All right, that 7 p.m. matchup, IMG Academy, Bergen Catholic. It's a movie. ESPN's supposed to be here. Coach Belichick, the greatest of all time, supposed to be here. Maybe AJ Green, who knows? I mean, IMG coming off a tough loss to a team from Utah, Corner Canyon, 35-34. I believe they opened the season with a loss to Miami Central last year. So IMG not so good in their first couple games. Back-to-back seasons. They're really gonna have to bring it in their next one when they take on the number 1 ranked team in New Jersey, Bergen Catholic. Listen, that's all good and dandy, but I'm a Jersey boy, so I'm rocking with my guys from BC. They have a lot of talent. Just added Najee Calhoun in the offseason. But Quincy Porter, Naeem Parrish, Jordan Thomas, Jermaine Kinsler, just to name a few. And they're going to be coming out guns blazing, led by Coach Vito. I think the key to this one for the Crusaders is to be in that fight early. I have no doubts that they can ball. Clearly, they're the number 1 team for what seems like ever now. But with a team like IMG coming off that tough loss, like I said, I don't see a good scenario with them trailing in the second half. I'll give it to them 34-28. I think this is going to be the most points they give up on defense all year. But I think they get it done. But BC ain't the only team rocking at Battle of the Beach. Manchester and West Deptford kicking things off at 10 a.m. Then you got a little bit of a gap as AC taking on Mainland. Shout out to Mainland, and that program has just been one of the top tier public programs these last few seasons. So shout out to the boys from South Jersey, and then obviously BC rocking against IMG Academy for the nightcap. There's still some other good games out there. I'm really liking that Hillsborough versus Somerville matchup. Shout out to my guy Jaden Lofton. We did an interview with him back at Big Central Conference Media Day. Unfortunately, just heard recently he tore his ACL, so the future Tennessee hopeful hopefully still going to Tennessee. fast and speedy recovery. Great young man. Obviously, great football player, but an even greater young man. So shout out to him. I wish him nothing but the best in life and his football career. But Hillsborough, Somerville, it's a movie. If you're not down in Ocean City, that's definitely one you should check out. All right, and Friday, first game of battle at the beach, Cedar Grove versus Shalleck. Then we got Washington Township taking on Northern Highland. Shout out to the Highlanders. One of my... I get in trouble if I say one of my favorite programs, but they always treated me well regardless of the sport. Their hockey team was filthy this year. So shout out to the Highlanders. Great school spirit. And then... as far as battle goes, Middletown South at Cherokee. Wow, the Steve Antonucci era is over at Mid-South. So we'll see what the Eagles are up to. They take on a very, very anticipated Cherokee team. I've been hearing some good things about them. Then, well, let's stay battle. Montclair at Winslow for the 3 o'clock spot. And then the nightcap, Millville, Holy Spirit, South Jersey Slugfest. Shout out to the Bolts. They were one of the first teams I ever covered. Coach Dennis, just tremendous school spirit. And how do you talk bad on the Mike Trout boys? But if you're not down in Ocean City, Union at Seton Hall Prep, Coach Grasso no longer with the Farmers. So we'll see what they do this year. Seton Hall Prep, Coach Fitz does a great job with those guys over there. I'm really excited to see them. Snyder at Hillside. That'll be one of the best public matchups of the day. Big things for the Comets this season. They're looking to have a big year. Shout out, my boys from Keyport, always taking on Manville. We need that one. Manalapan at Piscataway. Been hearing good things about Peeway this year. Pope John DePaul for all you North Jersey dudes and gals. Tyler Hauser, no Tylee Kill, but how do you pass up seeing Des Jones and those guys? They also got a lot of hitters. Burris, and obviously Coach Camp does a great job over there. Bridgewater at Notre Dame. Shout out to both of those schools. Done work extensively with both of them. Donovan at St. Augustine. Whoo! It's a good non-public matchup. St. Peter's Prep at Paramus Catholic, and another game that this should be circled on your schedule. Orange at West Orange. All right, both teams about to go off. I know I'm probably missing some guys. Shout out to Hopewell Valley Montgomery. Y'all know I got Mercer County love. That's what we're looking at on on Friday. Saturday, St. Francis coming up from Maryland to take on St. Joe's Montvale. With the return of Coach Augie Hoffman. Shout out to Coach Hoffman. It's always a better time when he's in the mix in the Super Football Conference. Iona Prep getting their work in Jersey. That's all. They had a couple scrimmages. They're taking on Del Barton, coming off an amazing year. They graduated a couple guys. Shout out to Ryan Trafford. So we'll see what's up with them. We still got battle. We still got battle going. We got Pascack Valley, Rancocas Valley. I'm sorry, because we have Highland and Southern Regional to kick off the event. Cedar Creek, Camden Eastside. That's a good South Jersey matchup. And West Windsor, Plainsboro South, and Egg Harbor. Man, how did y'all swing that one? Another Mercer County school. Shout out to them. St. Thomas Aquinas going down to Maryland. I thought it was Delaware. Maybe they are playing in Delaware still. But Plainfield and Newark Eastside. Been hearing good things about Plainfield. You guys let me know in the comments. And Cold Snake Marlboro. Listen, I'm a Monmouth County guy, so I'm always going to try to show love. Neptune Manasquan. So look, it's week 0. Not everybody's playing, but if you have the chance, get out to, if not all 3 days of football. But it's one of the most special times in our state. Summer's closing. The flip side to that, football is starting. So I'm glad to be back doing what I love. I appreciate all the support that I've seen thus far. Shout out to NJ Athletics and NJ Gridiron for rocking with me throughout this whole process. I know we're going to do something special here. I think a couple months from now, everything's going to be so different. Just happy to be back doing what I love, like I said, rocking with you guys. I'm excited to bring you guys fresh cookies. Yes, please, please, please send us all your video. I'd prefer it not to be huddle video, but if it is, I'm not going to pass on you. Just try to help us out a little bit. Let us know who it is and what school they hail from. We'll take care of the rest. But please, let me know what you guys are doing for week 0. Where are you heading on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? And what team should we be looking out for heading into week 1? We're already starting to build out that show, so stay tuned. All right, y'all. I'm Nery Rodriguez. Have fun and be safe out there. We'll see you soon.